Hey guys, so today I have literally just finished watching The Walking Dead episode, The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live, episode 1, Years. Now, I'm gonna just take a moment right here and say, spoiler free, it was amazing. Now, obviously, I am going to be talking about plot details, and I'm going to be talking about what happens in the episode, and in the end, I'll probably go into my theories for the next episode and the season to come. So, if you haven't watched it as of yet, first of all, go and watch it. It's pretty cool. And second of all, what the hell are you doing here? I'm going to be talking about the episode. So, if you have seen it, great, come down. If you haven't, and you don't care about spoilers, feel free to watch the video. But I wanted to give a fair warning to everyone, there will be spoilers ahead. So now that that's out of the way, the episode starts off with Rick. Technically it starts off with the intro, sort of what happened in The Walking Dead. So we then go to Rick being with this in as we saw in the trailers, the big red floodlights. Now, it is revealed that at this point, this is 5 years after the bridge. And it's later revealed that what happens next, obviously, so he's on a line, he's chained with his hand, and he's fighting off the walkers, and he gets sort of too far away and they try to pull him back, and he's like, sorry, I just lost my axe. And lo and behold, now this really did shock me, this did, he cut his own arm off. No bite, no big General Beale governor moment with him trying to chop his arm off. He just did it because after 5 years and 3 previous failed attempts, he quite literally saw this as the only way, and so he cut his own arm off, and he then cauterized the wound in a burning zombie. Yeah. But unfortunately he'd lost too much blood and he passed out, and they had him back, and that's basically the plot of the episode. He then doesn't see a way out, so he joins, instead of being a consignee, after multiple failed attempts, he decides to join the Civic Republic military, and he quite literally becomes a soldier for them. And after a few years of training, I think it was a year or two, he finally tries to make an escape again, except this time there's a little girl that needs saving, and every night he dreams of Michonne. So this is some really hard-hitting stuff, this. And so he ends up saving the little girl instead of running off into the sunset. And he has a talk with one of his fellow soldiers called Thorn. And after a talk, she's like, he knows more than you think he does. So Rick goes to this, not Major General Beale, but Officer Oakthor or something. And he interrogates him, beats the crap out of him. And yeah, they end up having a bit of a fight, and Rick's like, just kill me. if you're not going to let me go, just kill me. And he's literally pressing the gun into his forehead, and the guy's like, no, you're going to be helpful. So there's a lot of that, and it's basically just Rick getting beaten down the whole episode. And he gets to a point where actually he is so beaten down, and he starts to be brainwashed by the CRM, and he ends up basically joining them, and he starts to not forget, but like in the end of The Walking Dead, he's like, I see the dead, the living, I see you, and he just doesn't anymore. He's completely engulfed by his mission, and that is pretty much the entire episode. As we get towards the end, we see that Rick and Oakfor, I think that's his name, are on a mission together, flying a helicopter. And the helicopter's shot down, the Oakfor dies, and I think that's the funeral type thing that we see, where I originally said that Major General Beale will chop Rick's hand off with the sword, but looking back on it, I think that is a funeral, because you can see the folded CRM flag up in the back on what looks to be a coffin, which I don't know how I missed that the first time. And there's a whole thing, and it crashes, and I kid you not, he calls out, he's killing some zombies, and then there's a mysterious figure that comes, and they're killing the CRM soldiers, and it gets to Rick, and it turns out it's Michonne. And I've got to say here that the acting is absolutely out of this world. I've never seen anything like it. The way that these two look at each other, and I cried. It was heavy stuff. And then the episode ended. Yeah. So that's pretty much the episode. Very dark, very heavy. We've never really seen Rick so broken, except by the end of it, he's found his place. No, I don't know how I feel about that, but I think the next episode is going to focus almost solely on Michonne and where she's been, and catching her up to the present. And then, if I had to have a guess, episode 3, 4, 5 and 6 are going to be them trying to escape and taking down the CRM, or trying to. So that is The Ones Who Live. Now, I will apologise in advance for the quality of my analysis compared to other ones. I've literally just sat down after finishing watching it. I'm still processing on a lot of things, so this is going to be more of a recap, and then when the series is completely over, I will do more in-depth analysis. So until then, we are The Ones Who Live, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.